Everything. Pre-stain wood conditioner. Seals soft wood for even color. Works under any oil-based stain. Prevents... Wait. Is my stain oil-based? Hey everybody, KC Johnston here, and welcome back to Not My Booth. Today I'm going to be making some shelves to go behind or adjacent, depending on how you're looking at my booth, for a reading nook, a little library, mini library. Let's store our stories. God, that was cheesy. First things first is I got to prep the wood. I'll show you about the mounting hardware and stuff in a little bit. This is just standard pine 2x8x10s. Each shelf is going to be roughly 10 feet long, give or take. I'm going to snip the ends off these. I need to sand down. I got to take off the print parts. I've got to get rid of some rough parts. There's some mildew on one of the boards. Prep it for stain, and then a whole bunch more. Always put your tools up. Everything. Pre-stain wood conditioner. Seals soft wood for even color. Works under any oil-based stain. Prevents... Wait. Is my stain oil-based? This innovative oil-based formula. Yes! Oil-based. Did it, nailed it. Meant to. Now we stain. Okay, so poly stain, or stain with poly, stain and poly, whatever, is definitely thicker, more paint-like, at least the viscosity. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes. That's one coat, and usually, those that are paying attention, usually you would sand in between and then lightly dust and all that, get a nice smooth finish. This is shelving. We're not going to be touching it other than putting books on it. So I'm not actually planning on doing that. Do the same thing as before. Pro tip, KC tip, whatever. Put your brush in the bag when you're not using it instead of cleaning it off, and then you can continue to use it. Even for a few days, for that matter. It's the next day, and I do love it when a plan comes together. But this plan didn't come together. So remember I said I wasn't going to sand, and y'all missed where I completely spilt all the stain. Beginning to think one of two things. Either sanding was actually needed, which I'm still not positive on, because that's usually just to kind of layers in between poly. Or perhaps I put it on too thick, didn't wipe it off quick enough. The bottle says leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes and then wipe, and I didn't leave it on long at all. But it wasn't wiping off real good. So it's too thick on here. I need to scrape it off and see if I can salvage this, because otherwise it's gonna be, I don't know if it'll ever even. Make a bouncy ball. Signs you're failing at painting or stain and poly together. Bark looking stuff's all the scrapings. If this will turn out this way, then I'm gonna keep it. And I'll try to recreate it painstakingly because my wife and I like it. But I don't know that that's gonna work out. So I may end up having to sand that down and start over, and that's okay. Sometimes you learn lessons. While I'm waiting to figure out if my mistake is gonna work out for me or not, and if I do those boards the same, you don't need to see the video. If I have to redo those boards, then it's a lot more sanding. You don't need to see that. Don't want to see it, I would assume. Unless you got some kind of weird fetish, but I mean, I guess welcome to the channel. So before you drain the blood from your victim, you need to lay out, clean pipes. We're not draining bloods from victims today, we're cleaning pipes. Before you clean pipes and wipe them down, you want to put out some plastic, which is what I should have done earlier, as you can see. This is not a murder room. Stop looking at me like that. So to hold these to the wall, the boards, these are 10 foot long. You generally don't want your shelf bracing to be more than 24 inches apart. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, is roughly 24 inches apart between each. I'm gonna use 5 pipes per 10 foot board. I know it's just under, but work with me here. These are actually floor flanges. These are 1 inch pipe. I'm going to degrease everything. That's what the crud cutter's for. It's a paint prepper. It'll help degrease, it'll help clean off. I'm going to glue the floor flange on, the pipe cap on. This is what holds the board on. So I'm gonna get prep paint, degreased, glued up. Then I'm gonna spray paint these with a metal spray paint. So I bought a portable paint booth, and we're going to see how that works. Dig it. If you like this build, please, share it out. That's the best thing you can do to help this channel out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell. Hit the like button. If you didn't like it, dislike it. All that actually helps. We need more books. I'm Casey Johnston. Thanks so much for lending me your ears and your eyes and your imagination. I'll read to you next time.